This is an update of my Traveler's Notebook Planner, my Imperfectly Perfect, which is a standard size. I have been using the DIYFish, and this is the last week's setup, and this piece of washi tape wasn't there, so before you could see each individual day, and I was putting day-specific to-dos over here, and I had a small little tracker that I was using down here for some small little chores that I wanted to keep up with, and then I was using this area here for kind of notes, and like what happened in the past, this kind of got a little bit crowded, so I've done a couple of things. One is I initially started looking at a day on a page, so this was this week's, and what I wound up doing was I used the day on a page that came with my project planner setup, and this day on a page is just very simple. It comes with times on the left side and then a graph paper kind of open space to kind of do whatever you want on it. So I wound up kind of liking this idea rather than having a whole page that kind of wound up getting too busy. So I was trying to see if I had a single page rather than having just one page for the entire week. Maybe that would work out a little bit better, and I was able to kind of track what I actually did versus what was scheduled, and then was able to kind of write some individual notes. And I think I'm going to use the life mapping system and generate a color code on this side. What I was trying to do was just figure out how I wanted to put this in here so that it would work really well. And I think there's a couple of things that I figured out. One is that I probably want to have a day on 2 pages instead, and then that means this is going to be covered up. So what I did is I ordered the weekly chart and planner setup, and when I get that, I'm going to go ahead and then tip it in so that it folds out here, and then what I'll have is a space that I could have my day on 2 pages. So I'll have my B, and I'll show you just an open page to the right, because this is the V5 S3 version, which I love. This is just working out really well in terms of keeping everything kind of scheduled, and I see what's happening, and it's much easier than looking on my phone because my phone's pretty small. And then this way I can easily take a look at things. And what I tried to do to make that even better was not only know what was scheduled, but also to try to do almost like what would be on a hyperdex, where you're trying to figure out what you're doing throughout the day. I took what was the schedule and I tried this out for this past week, and I used just a color code using the highlighters to say like some specific things, like time that I'm with particular patients, or I have meetings with individuals, or I have meetings that are with groups, and then that way I kind of know that individual kind of time frame. I'm also trying out Toggle, which I'll go over later, because the Toggle information, I think when I do it, has given me really great insight into where my time is going. But this day on 2 pages is a setup because for whatever reason I couldn't find the individual mix and match for a day on 2 pages, so I figured what I would do is I kind of make something. So I had this already from the project planner pages, so this individual open freeform thing, and then I got this one from Secondstep on Etsy, which is, you can see, an empty version. It comes in, I think, 3 different versions, and come also without like headers, and I kind of like these headers. So it's schedule, appointment. This has morning, day, and night, so you can kind of lump things together. The other version has the times, and since I have the time here, I didn't think I needed that, and plus I have the time for schedule events already on the V5 S3, so I didn't need to duplicate that. It's kind of empty, so I can put in what the date is and the day of the week. So if I wind up not needing it, or I just don't get to using this, I can go ahead and then not worry about it. So I like that I can just kind of do it as I need. So what I wound up doing was, oh, and if you want to see, it has schedule appointments. So I'm doing kind of things that I want to do, and this is a Sunday, so I'm just kind of doing some home stuff. I just put in the area where I'd like to get something done, since I don't have to have everything scheduled. That's kind of nice. I wound up going to the grocery store, so I have my grocery list here, some kind of top priorities for the day, and then I can put the expenses, the habits. I'm not sure how I'm going to use this, because you'd have to write out each individual one, and that'd probably be better on a habit tracker than an individual kind of day that you have to write this in. So I'll look into that to see if I'm going to use it. The meal tracker, so I think that's going to be really helpful, because I was trying to figure out if I should get a whole week on a page just to do that, but This might fit in pretty well here. I'm going to see. The only problem with this is that you can't see day to day kind of what your habits are and how you're doing, either good or bad. So we'll see. And then a today's review, I think, would be for like a gratitude journal, or just kind of some, thoughts to remember the day by, which I do in my journal. So I don't know that I'll have to do this, but maybe kind of maybe things that wound up needing to be done for the next day or something like that. Then I have this guy. So right now, while I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to kind of put this, I'm using just this kind of brassy gold colored paper clip that I got from, I think it was Office Max or something. And so this is kind of here. So I want to have this on the left side and kind of more free-form area. So like today I had a meeting with just a community group, and so I took notes here. It winds up being on the Sunday, and then once I get the life mapping set up, the colors will let me know. Right now I'm using just these little tabs that are sticky, repositionable ones, so that I can mark today, and then I'll go over the other spots in another video. Alright, that's kind of what I have as an update. Oh, one other update. So this is the thing that I did. So I printed out some of the pages to get a feel for this, and I'll show you what I did here. This is a notebook that's already in here from Happy Scrapping. So I've put all the weeks in here. I have them attached. I actually, if anyone's interested, this is a stapled version, and so I wound up taking out this, or undoing the staple, taking out the pages that I didn't need, because I think what I'm going to do is go by month for these planners, and just because I'd already attached some of them, this is going to be August and September, but I think in the future I'm just going to have 1 month per, and then that way when I have daily pages in there, it'll look nice and kind of, sleek. But for right now, it was already set here. So what I wound up doing was the original notebook is set so it's held in the center with this particular band. And because I have an extra band, I put it over here where my day is, or I should say the week, and where I want my day pages to be. And then I've taken this, which is my individual days, and then I've put it right in here. So now I have individual days that when I move to the next week, I can just move this over, and then the way I'm doing it is that I got the week on this page, and then I flip this to the back, and then I could put this right in here, and now I have my day pages moved to another week, and they're all right here. I've got this guy. When I go to tomorrow, what I'm going to do is just flip this around and put the date up here, and now I've got another one. The only thing though is you can see this is Sunday, so when I flip it over, and I'm going to see Monday here, and don't ask me why there's an extra blank page here, but what I can do is then put this here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, now that I have Monday over here, I'm going to then just paper clip this guy here. See, this is kind of the priority items here. And then I'll be able to take my kind of schedule out this way and then take a look at that. I haven't been using this section very much, so at some point I might just have this right here, and then that way it's not so far out. But maybe looking at this, we'll see, because I'm going to have the weekly chart and the weekly planner, so I might not need this. And I like the way that the other tracker kind of looks. So we shall see. Alright. Happy planning. Thanks. Bye.